but yet you can get caught up in that moment a little bit.
Well, I mean, we just won the division championship against the team that's kicked our butt 3 years in a row, so I don't know how you can handle it any better. And, you know, the biggest thing for our team is you know, I've been voting our team #1 for 3 weeks. Y'all just catching up. I told our team 3 weeks ago. I came in and you know, only because I have to vote. I mean, I got to put somebody #1, and I just felt like we're the best team. And what does that mean? Nothing. Because every week I rip it up and I start over, and I got to do it tonight. I'll be up late tonight trying to figure this thing out tomorrow. But I've been voting us #1 for 3 weeks. And I told our team that 3 weeks ago. So, you know, I don't think they were shocked at all. I mean, I expected us, and I did address it with them on Monday, you know, because I knew the polls were going to come out. And I was like, just all you guys remember, I've been voting us #1 for 3 weeks here. So we're going to be ranked high. I don't know what we're going to be, but, guys, let's don't get distracted by that. Here's what's going to win for us, having a great day today. And I put up a whole slideshow of destinations, because you know all of a sudden people get distracted. And I put up the Williams-Brice, our state championship. I put up Charlotte, the ACC championship. I put a picture of the Cotton Bowl. Put a picture of the Orange Bowl. Put a picture of the big toaster out in Arizona. I put a picture of the White House. Go see the Prez. I put a picture of all those things up, and I said, you know what, guys, these are great destinations. All right? But let me tell you what our focus needs to be. And I put a picture of this meeting room, a picture of our segment meeting room, a picture of Vickery Hall, a picture of the practice fields, a picture of a bed, because you need to sleep. I put a picture of the training room and the cold tubs. You take care of yourself, the dining hall. That's what our focus needs to be. And if we can stay focused on the things that matter, then all those destinations will take care of itself. You know, again, I think they handled it great. Could have easily gotten distracted or whatever because of the world that we live in. But it goes back to the leadership on our team. We're young. We have 40 freshmen. I mean, we're one of the youngest teams. We've played the 3rd most freshmen in the country. And I love that hunger and enthusiasm, but we don't have a chance without the leadership that we got in place. It's special. These guys are dialed in. Doesn't mean we're not going to get beat somewhere along the way. But man, these guys, we ain't going to be an easy out. Now, I'll tell you that.
Did you ever felt that way before, Dabo? Like you were coaching the best team in the country? I mean, 11, you got off to...
Every year. I've never gone into a season going, yeah, I think 8-4 is about what we're going to get this year. Not me. Every year, and maybe that's a fault of mine, you know, I don't know. But I've never, that's one thing I'll tell you, I've never, ever looked at a schedule and go, okay, well, we're going to win that one, lose that one, lose that one, win that one, win that. Yeah, 9-3 would be a hell of a year. I've never thought that way. Every year, I think we got the best team. That's just how I think. And the biggest thing is this team better than we were 2 years ago? Last year was the winningest senior classes in the history of school. We had some, you know, I don't really measure it that way. Every team is a team of its own. That group last year was special. But we had injuries. We had a lot of things that can affect a scoreboard. You know, most people measure a team by a scoreboard. I don't. You know, how we play the game, what we're about, those are the things that matter to me. You know, I'm proud of this team for sure. I mean, they've been a fun group. We've been fortunate too. I mean, I've just always said if we can just kind of be in that top 15, kind of hang in that area, and just stay committed to the right things, then sooner or later we'll have that special season. Sooner or later we'll, you know, keep a key guy healthy and maybe get a strip ball at the end of the game like Ben Boulware. You know, we'll get some of those breaks, and you know, it's been that kind of year so far.
We've talked plenty about DJ Goodson and how he had to wait his turn and all that stuff, but to see him play like he did tonight in these other 8 games, I mean, what is that?
Well, I mean, that's what it's all about, to see guys get better and improve. I mean, BJ's a guy that, you know, he was playing Sam backer, and now he's been side. He's going to be a pro. I mean, this guy is a big-time player, came from a small school in Lamar. Oh, by the way, where LaVon Kirkland came from and Mike Hamlin came from. But he's just a guy that's just put his time in and has, never grown weary. He's just kind of stayed, the pace, the course. He's a heck of a player, man. He's had 2 weeks in a row. He's played great all year, but these last 2 weeks he has been big time for us.
Dabo, any update on injuries?
No, I don't. I'll get with y'all tomorrow once I know Ray went out. I don't know. He was something with his knee. I don't know if it's an MCL. I don't really know. It was total chaos down there in the locker room, so I haven't got an update. But I'll have one for y'all tomorrow. Him and Crowder went down as well. And again, I don't have any details on that either. Was there anybody else off the top of my head? We had some guys get kind of banged around a little bit, but those were the main two. And there you go, Maverick Morris, rolls in there and God, it was fun. It was fun to see the look in that offensive line's eyes in that fourth quarter. It was a blast. None better than that quarterback keeper that we called to finish the game, and Big Mac leading the way. That was awesome. And Maverick's a sophomore, and that's what it's all about. Next guy's got to be ready to step up, and we're a team right now that has developed some depth. And we got some guys that have stepped up and played well for us. Van Smith had to go in there, and I know he was only in there a little bit, but, man, they took a shot at him right first play, and he was right where he needed to be. Austin Bryant's in there. I saw Richard Yeargan. I saw a lot of guys in there, some of these young guys that are going to be good players for us.
Dabo, your message has always been to treat each game the same, whether it's Florida State or anyone else. The next 3 opponents all have 3 wins each. Is that going to be the greatest test for this team at #1 in the country to pay attention to those 3?
No, because we're not going. I mean, if we changed anything, we don't. I mean, again, guys, we didn't come in on Monday and go, okay, we're playing Florida State. We're going to meet longer. We're going to go 22 periods instead of 20 periods. We just don't operate that way. I mean, we prepare for. You've got to respect the game, respect the opponent, and respect the preparation process, and we do. We'll work our tails off, coaches and players. And just like we do every week, we have a very systematic plan of preparation that we are very committed to, and it just doesn't matter who we play. We don't vary from that. We'll get a great plan together, and anybody can beat anybody. Again, our goals. I tell them we want to win the Triple Crown. We won the Kentucky Derby tonight, but we want to win the Triple Crown. And so we've got everything matters, everything counts when you have the big picture goals. We've never hit all 5 of our goals in the season before. We've hit them all, but never all in one season. And I've always told them, I've been telling these guys since 2009 when I got the job, that if we ever hit all 5 in 1 year, we're going to be there. And so that's our focus, is to just continue to move forward. And we're at a point now where it's a true playoff each week if we are really serious about, staying in that college football playoff hunt.
With all the recurring events you guys have throughout the year, this game, not just tonight specifically, but every 2 years when these guys come, is this the biggest mixed recruiting event for you all?
I mean, we've had, every game we've had great turnout with the recruits. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, all year we've had some big games, but anytime we can get recruits on campus, it's a big deal. And we had a great turnout tonight or today. A lot of guys here, and it's great for them to be able to see. A game like that. Obviously, it was a lot of fun, I'm sure, as a fan to watch a game like that. But, that's what I love about Clemson, because they can come to any game at Clemson. This place is sold out. We sold out Wofford, App State, Georgia. It doesn't matter. There's not a ticket in the house. And so that's why it's one of the reasons we recruit well, because it's such a great environment. And our fans don't care who we play, just like we don't care who we play. They come to see the Tigers regardless. And it's really awesome. It really is, and I really appreciate the environment that we have here. I think we've won, 15 in a row at home? We've won 15 in a row at home, and 12 in a row overall. So just, again, proud of what this team has been able to do.
Deion Kane has made big plays each of the past 2 games. How pleased are you with his response after benching him versus Miami?
He's the same thing as our team, as I was saying earlier to Dan there. He's improved all throughout the year. We've improved as a team, and we've had a lot of individual players improve. And he had one drop early in the game, I believe, but he's going to be special. You got to remember now, this kid played quarterback his whole life, so he's still a learning, developing, maturing, wide receiver. But the combination with him and Sharon right now, Travion was out, so Travion's going to be a great player. We'll get him back hopefully next week, but we'll need him down the stretch. But I'm just really pleased with Deion. I hate that Ray got hurt because obviously he's had a heck of a year too, and he's improved all year long. But we got something special in that number 8, and he's not even scraped the surface. I mean, he's not very strong yet. I mean, he's naturally strong, but he's a lot like Nuke, and we got to develop him physically, and that's what the off season's all for. So he's going to be a handful.
Anything else?
Can you talk about that first third down screen pass on the final touchdown drive where he pump fakes the defensive end that had sniffed it out, and it's really a championship play to change that drive? Well,
that's what great players do. You have to find a way to make plays, and you're exactly right. They had a chance to have us right there, but our guy was better than their guy, and he just made a play. And this is not a game of plays; it's a game of players. And players make plays, and that's all that was. It was a heck of a play.
Peak's a guy that's just been through so much, fifth-year senior. How cool to see him be a guy in arguably one of the biggest games ever in Death Valley, to see him show up and make those 2 huge plays at the end.
It's does my heart great because, I love Sharon Peak. I feel like I've known Sharon for 10 years. The guy's kid with him all the time. In fact, we were messing around in the meetings earlier this week, watching tape and just trying to have some fun with them. And all of a sudden we put up, we had some crazy pictures of some of these guys. We had G-Hop when he was like 8, and it just kind of was intertwined in the tape. And then we had Sharon Peak, and it was a picture, I think it was me and Sharon. It was like, and we had at the bottom, official visit 2005, because they call him the old man. He's been here forever and all that stuff. And, it just does your heart good, because I know the struggles that he's had and the adversity and the injuries. And, this guy is an incredibly gifted guy, and he has just never quit. A lot of people would have given up, but he just, kept going back. Get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up. And so it's great when you see guys be able to have some success. And his confidence has grown all throughout the year. And, boy, he made a couple huge plays for us. Big time plays.
Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.